Morning. Yesterday, Rabbi Eliyahu made a statement. He said, when we say that if it's miyut, the tzir is batel, right? That's only elalitbel and pitoy. It's only to use it as is for cooking. If you cook it, so then you add in water. If you add water, so then it's chayzer v'neir. The dormant water, which is there, which was batel, finds its own type, finds its minoi, and then it reawakens. It times together. It teams together with the other water, and therefore it's neir. So Dimi was saying it to Abaye. Abaye said, could it be that Tuma comes back and reawakens? And do you not hold that Vatnan? So you wanted to bring a proof that it's Chazer V'Neir. How do you know it's Chazer V'Neir? Because if you have a Sav Truma that falls, Sav Truma Tpei that falls into Chulin, they're all tahar because it's batel. So Eliezer, Omer Terem, Eliezer holds that you can pick one up and that one you let rot. Morning. Shani Omer Hisa Shanafla, we're toilet. It's called toilet. When we make believe that the one that left is the one that came. Right? Shani Omer Hisa Shanafla Hisa Shalsa. Chacham Omer Mitale V'Techal. Chacham hold they could eat all of them because they're all batel. But either way, both Chacham and Eliezer hold that it's batel. Chachamim say v'techel nekudim, you have to eat it dry. Oy klayos, or you roast it also dry without making it into a dough. Oy telish mei peris, or you knead it only with mei peris, with juice of fruit, not water, so that it does not become hukshul l'kabel tumah. And if it's hukshul l'kabel tumah, so then it's a problem. It's going to be mitame. We'll see why. Or you separate it into different doughs. As long as you don't have it in one place a kibetza, because if it's a kibetza, then it's mikabel to masoichlin. Okay, so v'tana Allah, and there's a brisa on that explains this mishnah. Oisan chulin Rabbi Eliyahu, according to Rabbi Eliyahu, that chulin. What does he hold about it? Also, you also have to eat it dry, or roasted dry, or peris, okay, so also Rabbi Eliyahu and Chacham both hold that you can't make the mixture wet and huchshel kabel tumah, because then it seems like it's going to be tameh. But what's the reasoning? What do you mean? What's the reasoning? It should be batal, right? If you tell me you're allowed to eat everything, even though the truma tmeya fell in, it means it's batal. It's batal echad b'meya, 1 in 100, like all trumas batal 1 in meya. So then, why would you be geyser? Why can't you just eat a regular, like everything? It says the Gemara, Shema yavi kav chulin tmeim mimakom acher. Maybe you're going to bring a kav of chulin tmeim. You have chulin that's tamei, and you want to make it tahar. Right, you want to make sure it's not going to make you tummy, right? So what do? You mix it in with a kav ve'oid, mix it in with double plus a little bit more, right, of the original of this mixture that we have over here, right? Which the Chacham and Paskin that it's okay, that it's butter. Chacham and Rabbi Eliyahu, they all said it's okay, it's fine, it's batal, right? So that means it's chulin. It's chulin and it's tahar. Right, so what are you doing? You're saying, now that it's chulin and it's tahar, I want to take an equal amount of chulin, that's for sure tahar, that's vale tahar, and mix it in, and have just a little bit more from the original 51%, right? The mixture is going to have 51% of the original mixture that we had over here, and then 50% new chulin tmeim, and it should be batal because 51% is tahar and 50% is tamei, and it should be mevatal the tumah. And someone might do that, and what's the problem? And savar ivatlin hu beruba, he'll say, I'll be mevatal beruba. Since there's a little bit, right? There's truma tmei over here. There's a little bit truma tmei over here, which was here, right? Which fell in. So then, what's going to happen is matzah minas mina v'neir. the tumah, right? The tumah, the dormant tumah that was in this big mixture, right? So now if I take a sampling of the entire mixture, I'm going to have a little bit of the truma tmeya in it. And if I have 50%, if I have 51% from the original mixture, right? So a little bit is going to be tumah. Right, a little bit is going to be tumah, and that tumah is going to be mitzaref with the new tumah that you're sticking in over here. It's going to be chayzer v'nei. It's going to reawaken the dormant tumah in the mixture over here, and it's going to be a problem, and it's going to make it tummy again. Right, it's now not anymore. It's not anymore right. In the original mixture, it was right, but once you mix it in with 50%, with 50% of the mixture of tumah, so that's going to be mitzaref with the small amount that's in the other half, and then it's not going to be, the raiv is going to be tummy, not the raiv is not going to be tumah. So either way, you see over here that the whole shash, the reason why you can't just eat it, the reason why you can't eat everything together, the reason why you have to make sure it's not a hushul kabel tumah is because even though the tumah is batal, but if you mix it in with more tumah, it's going to be chayzer v'neir. So the Gemara says, you see here that Rabbi Yomi is right. That's going to be chayzer v'neir. So Amalei Abai tells him back, im tumah or ireres tumah. If you show me a proof that tumah is ireres tumah. Right, this case is a case where if you bring new tumah, so then that is going to be reawaken the old tumah that was there. Right, but you wanted to tell me that taira ireres tumah. In Yirmiyah's case was that you added totally chulin water, chulin tahar, right? The water was tahar. You want the water that's tahar to be misar for the water that's tamei and reawaken that? No, that you have no proof, right? You're saying that basically, but you say chayzer v'neir when both of the things are tamei, so then they find each other. That's matzah minas minoi, right? That the tumah will find the old tumah and reawaken it. But over here, it's just mayim. It's not tamei mayim. And why should the tamei mayim reawaken? Why should the tahar mayim reawaken the tamei mayim? That's already another step, and you have no proof to that. Okay. So Asivei, he wants to bring him a proof. A for kosher and it's arav A for makla. If you have A for of paraduma that got mixed up, A for makla. It got mixed up with regular ash from a fire. Makla just means from being burnt, right? So holchen achar aroiv l'tamei. So Afer of paradum is metame, right? It's metame the Torah, it's metare the tame. So Afer the paradum, if you touch it, it's tame. So let's say you have it got mixed up in regular ashes. Holchen achar rev l'tame. If rev is Afer kosher, so then it's going to be metame. If iruba Afer makle, who if most of the mixture is Afer makle, it's not metame. Says the Gemara. If you're telling me the tumah is as if it's really there, meaning essentially when we say that the tumah can be chayzer v'neir, right? That means that we're saying that the tumah is really there. Right? If it's batal, so then it's not there at all, so it can't come back, right? But if you're telling me that even when it's batal, really it's there, how do you know it's there? Because you hold that when you bring in more elements of tumah or more elements of mayim, it comes back. That means that right now you really hold it's there. It's not activated because currently there's a raiv, right? But still you must hold that it's there. So then Aibazai, in this situation when you have the mixture of ashes, even though the Efer Paraduma is a miut, if you touch it, it's not going to be tummy because you go basarayv, right? Raiv chances are you didn't touch the Efer tummy, but it still should be l'tamim b'masa because you picked up also the Efer Paraduma. Right, so if Efer Paraduma is metama b'masa, so when you pick this up and you hold the tumah as dormant, right, you hold the tumah is really there, it's not fully batal, so then it should be metama. Says the Gemara, you're right, we learned, Rabbi Yasi said about this, Rabbi Chanina, Tar metama b'magav, metama b'masa. You're right, it really is metama b'masa, because it's really there. So Adrab, it's a proof to us that we're saying that it is chayzer v'nei. Says the Gemara, Rab Chista say, nevela b'tela b'shchita. It is that a nevela, if you have a nevela that gets chatichas nevela that gets mixed up with shchuta pieces, right? So it's batal. Why? They change the gear. Basically, the shaila is
we hold that min b'minoi ain't a batal, min b'sheina minoi is batal. So what the Gemara is trying to say, or Chris is trying to say that shchuta can never become nevela. Why? Because once something is shechted, it's mutter. It can never get tumas nevela. The animal, nevela, the opposite is a little bit. It can become, because an animal that was nevela could have been a an animal that has tumas nevela can lose its tumah. If it loses if it's not reil achila anymore, we're going to see later on, it's not reil achila, so it loses its tumah. So nevela can sort of be equal to shchuta. There is a possibility for nevela to lose its tumah status and be like shchuta. But once something is shchuta, can never get tumas nevela. Right? So therefore it's considered min b'she'ena mina, and it's batal. That's what Chris is saying. They switch it. Okay. Says Gemara, right? So again, you have nevela that gets mixed up with shchuta, and he's saying that it's batal. Says the Gemara, that if you touch it, it shouldn't be metamayu, right? Because it's batal b'rayv. But l'tamim b'masa, if you hold it, the tumah is dormant. So when you pick it up, so the tumah is there somewhere. So it should be metamayu. Amarlei atum b'drab chista masin. So you learned this halacha from Rab Chista. Anan b'drab chia masin halacha. We learned it from Rab Chia, and Rab Chia says b'feish tani Rab Chia nevelo u'shchuta b'tel zubazu. Rab Chia says they're both batal in each other. And on that, we learned the previous statement from Rabbi Yosef Rechanina. We learned it on this. That Tarmi l'tamim b'magav l'tamim b'masa. In the Chanami, really we hold here that it's also l'tamim b'masa. So again, you have no proof. Now this is the connection back to our sugya. In our Mishnah, we said Rabbi Eliyahu ben Yaakov says b'magasa. If you have a big animal that miscarried charora, a cake of dam, right, and that haregs with the cover, we say that is you should bury it, and it's considered v'nifter. It's considered like the first animal of the Tanya. Rabbi Chia said that even though it is considered a bechor, right, and even though it's considered a bechor, and so it should be mitamim b'nevela. Why is it not mitamim b'nevela? The only reason why, we explain the reason why you have to bury it is not because it has tumas nevela, not because it's aser ba'an. No, the reason why you have to bury it is because you want people to know that it was a legit bechor, and therefore people won't question the fact that the next animal is chulin. So, what's the Tanya Reb Chia says this charora, the charora dam is not matam alevi magav masa. Why did we say? Why we explained that Rabbi Eliyahu said it's because it's batal b'roiv. Even though it is a bechor and it should be nevela, but still it's batal b'roiv. It's batal b'roiv the dam. There's other dirt over there. The tinof over there is mevatel the actual nevela. Says the Gemara, if you hold that tumah's chazer v'neir, right, and you hold that really the tumah's there is just dormant, so then again, okay, it should still be mitam b'masa, because when you pick up the charora, you're carrying nevela. So ishtik, so he was quiet. Dilma, the Gemara says. And the Gemara answers, no, maybe that's not a proof. Over here in the situation when it's a cake of blood after the miscarriage, so that's already that's tumas rucha. That's tumas rucha, meaning if the nevela becomes so disgusting that it's not right even la'achila, so then it's not matam. It loses the shem nevela. Not right. And we're going to explain how we know it from. Anichal bar padu the Amar Tumah Chamura, which means Tumas Masa. He holds that Tumas Masa is ad leger. That is, it's metame b'masa until it's not roy lachilas ger anymore. He learns it from a pasuk which says by nevela. There's a connection between ger. Why does he give it to the ger? If you can't give it to the ger anymore because it's not roy lachilas ger, so it's not going to be a metame. That's what we learn. Right? There's another pasuk that says lakel of tashlikuna isay. And therefore the kelev pasuk teaches you that tumakala, tumas maga, right, is ad lekelev. Meaning even if it's not roy lachilas ger, if you touch it, it's the time you bimaga until it's so not roy lachil even a kelev won't eat it. Right? That's the gabi tumas maga. But tumas masa is all about if it's roy leger or not. So that's bar padas. According to bar padas, we have a teretz because we say okay, the reason why it's not metame b'masa is not roy leger. Therefore, avada really holds the nevela. Even if it's batal, it still could be chayzer there because it's there. Over here, the reason why it's not metame is because it's not nevela anymore because it's sruch already. It's not roy lachilas ger. And therefore lo chazi leger, right? Elo Rabbi Yochanan says the Gemara, but according to Rabbi Yochanan, Omar achazu, both regarding maga, both regarding masav nevela ad lekelev, it has to be not roy lachilas kelev in order to lose its status of tumah. Achazi lekelev, this charora, a dog will still eat it. Says the Gemara, kasha. You're right. If you go like a Rabbi Yochanan, you'll have a kasha. According to Rabbi Yochanan, it should still be chayzer v'neir. Okay, fine. Gufa says the Gemara, bar pada omar tuma chamura, that tumas masa is ad leger, tuma kala ad lekelev. Tumas maga is dependent on whether it's roy lachilas kelev or not. Rabbi Yochanan achazu v'achatzu ad lekelev. My time. What's the reasoning of bar pada? The bar pada diksiv lo yisayich lupon nevela lager asher bisharecha titenen v'achola arui lager kruy nevela v'shen arui lager ena kruy nevela. And how does he know the other pasuk? I think it's because the other pasuk says Kelev, like Kelev Tashlichunas. So obviously there's a certain equation with Kelev. So it must be Maga is Kelev and Mas is Nevel. Okay, V'idach Lemutei and V'idach Rabbi Yochanan, who doesn't hold to this drasha, who holds it has to be as long as it's Relachilas Kelev, it's Matam also been Masa. He holds Lemutei Disricha Meikara. If it was all along, even while it was alive, Rashi says. If while it was alive, it already started rotting. Right? It was already rotten while it was alive. It never got a shem roy leger once it was an avela. Right? So if from the second it died, it was already not roy lachilas ger, because even while it was alive, it started rotting. So that's when we learn that then it's not matama b'maga. But if it was chal on it a shem nevela once it died, because then when it died, it was roy lachilas ger. Then even if it loses its roy la'achila leger, it still maintains its tumah legami maga until it's not roy la'achila skela. The only time Rabbi Yochanan holds it's not metama is if originally when it died, when the tumas nevela was supposed to come on it, then at that point it was already rotten at that point, so then it's not going to be metama b'masa. That's what he learns. It's richa mikar. If it was rotten while it was alive already, so then it's taka not going to be metama. Ve'idach, it's richa meikara, like it's richa kwalimute. And Bar Pada says, oh, if it's richa meikara, I don't need a pasuk for that at all. That's pasha. Right, that's pasha to me that it's going to be that it's not going to be mitam. Okay, because after Ba'almu, because then it's already considered just regular dust, and I don't even need a pasuk to tell me that it's not mitam. Okay. Tanan. Rabbi Eliyahu ben Yaakov holds Bei Magasa Sheshafa Charor Adam Harei Tikavim and Niftaris B'Chor. Right, we learned in our Mishnah that it's Niftaris B'Chor. Rav Tanya Rabbi Chein Mitam Lo B'Magav B'Masa. Vam Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Bittul B'Rov Naguba. We're saying that it's Bittul B'Rov. That's why it's not Mitam B'Maga and not B'Maga and not B'Masa. Right? Says the Gemara, my area Mishum Bittul B'Rov. Well, now that we know this information about Bar Pada, he holds that if it's Rucha, it's not Metame. This was never, even while this fetus was alive, right? It was never right. It's Rucha Meikara, right? So if it was Rucha Meikara, so everyone agrees over here that it shouldn't be considered Metame B'Masa, right? Because it's Rucha Meikara. It's even Rabbi Yochanan argues in Bar Pada. Right, he holds that if when it was alive it was a srucha, right, so and never got the status of food, right, so then it's never going to be metame b'masa. Right, so why does he say over here that it's batal b'roiv? The reason is why is because it's batal b'roiv. Even if it's not batal b'roiv, there's a difference. It's srucha meikara, right, and so it never had a shem oichel, and therefore it shouldn't be metame b'masa. Says the Gemara, no. We don't look at it in terms of the fetus itself. That the fetus itself never had a shem oichel. We look at it as part of the mother. It was oichel because the mother was oichel, right? And since this is an uber yerachimai, it was part of the mother. Therefore, it was considered roy lachila. It's not considered srucha meikara. It is considered roy, and therefore, when it dies, it becomes an avela right away. And according to Rabbi Yochanan, it's still considered. Okay, non-hasam. If you have tzir, kosher, not kosher, if you have tahar tzir, right? That a little bit water falls in it. So tummy.
we say it's tamei. Why is it tamei? Right. So again, this is the case when we did hashaka. You have tzir tar. You bought it from an amoritz. Right. What do you have to do? If it's Rav Mayim, we said maybe it's Tumah. What do you do? Hashaka. You connect it, you plant it into the mikvah, now it loses its Tumah, right? But if it's Rav Tumah, right? If it's Rav Tzir, and Tzir came from Kabul Tumah, but there's a miyut of Mayim over there. There's a miyut of Mayim in the Tzir. You can't be Mitameh b'Hashaka because it's Rav Tzir. So it's all considered Tzir. So you can't be Mitameh, and you can't be Mitar any mashke in a mikvah. Only water. Right, and the water is a miyut, so it's the bichlal is not considered any water in the mixture. But the whole thing is considered tzir. So even though you put it in the mikvah, it's not going to be matahir. Right. So therefore, what does he say? He says tzir tar shenafal l'seichem mayim kolshu, that a little bit of water fell in it, then it's metameh. Why is it metameh? So the Gemara explains. Amar Menachem Amar Rabbi Baravu Zay Semeres Nechshedu Amei Artz La'arev Mechza B'Tzir. The Amaratzim are nechshad, we're choshed then of diluting their tzir. When they sell you tzir, they dilute it up to 50% of water. And then once it's 50% of water, if a little bit of more water falls in, right? If more water falls in, so then it's chayzer v'neir, the tummy water. Right? We said again, if it's reiv tzir and there's a miyut mayim, right? So then the miyut mayim is mayim tmeim, and if you add more water in it, the mikvah won't help it because it's a miyut, right? You add more water and it's going to be chayzer v'neir. The mayim is going to be chayzer v'neir. So now you add a little more water, it's a problem. Okay, so therefore, as you see from here, why is it a problem? It's a problem because they add a mechza of tzir, a mechza of mayim, and now you add more water. It's chayzer v'neir. And it's a problem. Says the Gemara. It's the same thing as putting it into a kedera, right? You put it into a kedera, right? You add in more water, and it's chayzer v'neir. So it's over here, it's chayzer v'neir. V'lamali, says the Gemara. V'lamali mechza afilu b'tzir mi mechza nami. Even if they don't add exactly a half, even if they add less than half, right? V'hani mashe huninu. Even if they add less than half, and then you add a mashu of water, havalei palga, then you have half of water. Meaning, even if, let's say the Amaratzim didn't add exactly a half water, it's not half water, it's a little bit less than half water. So then you add your water, and it makes it into a half. Then it's half mine. Once it's half mine, it's not bottle, right? It needs rev to be bottle. Upalgalei bottle. Says the Gemara, ema ad mechza. You're right. They add ad mechza. It doesn't have to be that they added a mechza. Even if they add a little less than a mechza, then your water will take it over the top. Iba, same was the Gemara. Tumas amoritz d'Rabbanan. Really, the tumah, the fact that the mayim of amoritz is tamei is only d'Rabbanan. Tumas mashkin is d'Rabbanan. So beruba gazru. Only if it's roiv, then the chachamim. If you have roiv mayim tmeim, that's when the chachamim were geyser. The palgo when it's half and half, like geyser Rabbanan chachamim were not geyser. Okay. Either way, this Mishnah, Rashi explains this Mishnah is not a proof against. It's not a proof against the ones who don't hold Chayzer V'Neir. Even if you don't hold Chayzer V'Neir, you could still hold that if the water that fell in was Mayim Tmeim, means if when we say Tzir Tar Shenafal Seichamayim, Kolshu, we mean if Mayim Tmeim fell in. So if Mayim Tmeim fell in, so then it's Mitam everything, even without the concept of Chayzer V'Neir, because it's new Mayim Tmeim. Because originally what he was saying is even if you have Mayim Tahirim, if you take your Tzir, you put it into a Kedera with Mayim Tahirim, the Mayim Tahirim team up with the Mayim Tmeim and reawaken it, right? But even he's masking that if you have Mayim Tmeim, so then it's going to be the Mayim Tmeim or Mitam all the other Mayim. It's just a question of whether it's Rav Tzir or Rav Mayim. But once you have Rav Mayim, right? So then even he agrees, right? He agrees that the Mayim Tmeim could be Mitam of the rest of the water. Okay. Says the Mishnah, if you buy an animal that's menika, that's nursing from Rav Kacham, you don't have to be choishish that maybe it's not its animal. This animal, the mother never had a baby yet. It's just lactating because there's a miyut of animals that even though they don't have kids, they still have milk, right? No, you're not choishish for that, because if it's nursing it,
its baby, and therefore it had a bechor already, enough the bechoshesh. If you walked into your flock, and you saw that the ones that had bechoros, right, the ones that had for the first time animals, the mavkiros, right, so they had bechoros, and they're nursing an animal, right, they're nursing the kid. And the ones that also the old mothers that had babies already, right? They're also nursing, right? So, but you don't recognize the bechor. You don't know where the bechor is, right? All you know is you recognize the mothers. You know this is a mother that first that gave birth to bechor, and this is a mother that didn't give birth to bechor. Maybe the babies got switched, right? Maybe the old mother, the alta mother is nursing the bechor, and maybe they switched, and the bechor, right? The Bechor's mother is not nursing the Bechor. That animals may be chulin. Maybe they switched babies, right? So the Gemara says, no, you're not ein choshin shem b'bnoshel zu balo yetzel zu, or shem b'bnoshel zu balo yetzel zu. You're not choshish that it's switched, because I guess the chazaka is that an animal feeds its own. Okay, Amar Rab Nachman Mishmei de Rav. Nachman says the name of Rav. Hilchos b'kulei pirkin. The halacha is like this entire parak. Bar mi plukta, except for when it's a machlokes. So he's saying that this parak is la halacha, except for anywhere where it's a machlokes, then not necessarily is the halacha like them. I guess like any of them, or no, I guess it's the stam. The halacha is like the Mishnah, right? Unless someone argues on the Mishnah, maybe even in the brisa. If someone argues even in the brisa, the halacha is not going to be like the Mishnah. Rav Sheishes Amina. I'm saying when Rav said this, he was sleeping. It can't be true. Why? Because what's he going on? If he's going on the first Mishnah, which we said, if you're not sure if the animal had a bechor or not, if you buy from a guy, mafligir v'shmol Rabbi Akiva. This is machlokes, right? So it can't be going on that. Maybe it's the next Mishnah of Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov. The halacha is always like Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov. The halacha is he has Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov has a small amount of statements, but it's nucky. Halacha is like it's clean. We hold like him all the time, so I don't need Rav to tell me like that. Elad Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel, our Mishnah, miflek polik b'braisa. What do you mean? There's a machlokes. He said besides from machlokes, right? If there's machlokes, we don't hold like Rosh Bag. We don't hold like the Mishnah. So it can't be that he means Rosh Bag. Elad Rabbi Yisrael ben Meshulam, that's the next Mishnah. Rav Chadazimna, Rav said an independent statement. Rav Hilchasok Rabbi Yisrael ben Meshulam. Right. So it can't be going on the next Mishnah of Rabbi Yossi bar Chanina. Oh, Yosef ben Meshulam, because Rav said an own independent statement. The halacha is like that. So what's this statement going on? Basically, he's trying to find where Rav's statement applies. He said the halacha is like the Mishnah, except when there's a machlokes, right? So Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov, he doesn't even tell me that halacha is like him. We know halacha is like him. All the other ones are machlokes, right? Elmai, so Rabbi Yosef ben Meshulam. Rav had an own independent statement, a different statement to say halacha is like Rabbi Yosef ben Meshulam. He doesn't need this statement. Ela asar ba'almum miflag pligi. Okay, this is ready. So he's saying, the kitzur is going on weiter. Okay, we'll stop here. He's saying, fine, let's go now. Shabbos.